the Mike Momentum. Mike Momentum, here I am.
Mike Momentum checking in. This is a video for myself in regards to becoming the trader, the person I was meant to become. Fulfilling everything that I know can be done is why I'm here. Essentially, I am a typical student, who works a dead-end job, basically a job with no future, just, a job that pays the bills. However, I am looking for something more. I am looking for freedom of my own time, of course, financial freedom as everybody would like. Essentially, I am creating this video to commit to myself in terms of everything that I know I need to stand upon, everything that I know I need to fulfill, and it's my obligation towards myself within the next 30 to 90 days to change my reality, to change the current life that I live, because the current reality that I am living is not cutting it, and I know I could be better than what I am doing, and it is, my responsibility at the end of the day, right? As cliche as it is, nobody is coming to save you. So definitely, that is why I am here. Essentially, I am focusing on the inputs rather than the outputs. So in focusing on what I can do on a daily basis, my daily habits, along with the systems to get to that point, rather than the external shiny object, the goal within itself. I understand if I focus upon the systems, then the byproduct would be the external shiny object, the goal, right? In terms of systems and what needs to be done ultimately, I already have it here. Essentially, I just need to solidify this. So in terms of my fitness goals, right now I'm currently fluctuating between 160, 165 pounds. I need to get bigger, I already know. So within that, essentially hitting the gym consistently. I've been hitting the gym probably, I would say, the past year and a half, more or less. However, it hasn't been really consistent. So I know I need to lock in consistency within the gym, because the daily discipline with outside of the charts, goes hand in hand with, the discipline within the market. And obviously, like, for sure, need to get my mind right. So hitting the gym after work would be like my best bet, as well as, following a strength training blueprint. So I kind of just utilize ChatGPT within that, to help guide me towards, my fitness goals. Making sure I hit cardio as well consistently. So ideally, like, the gym 3 to 4 times a week, as well as 1 to 2 cardio sessions a week would do the job for me. So with hitting the gym, make sure you always gotta make sure you're refueling properly. So using like a calorie tracker app, I use Cal AI, and making sure I hit my 3,000 calories daily, as well as my protein goal around 180 grams of protein a day would be ideal. The next goal, or system that I really need to focus upon next, would be just my mindset and my routine. For sure, it's this is like subjective for everyone. Some people say that essentially you don't have to meditate, you don't have to journal, which is totally fine. At the end of the day, the actual work is what matters. But for me, I've noticed a better quality of life when I partake in these activities, and it really doesn't take away from the day. 10-20 minutes is all I need to get that done, and the return on the investment doing these activities, partaking in these activities is, in my opinion, worth it. So essentially starting each day with intention. So, waking up and not just like scrolling on my phone or grabbing my phone in general. Wake up, give thanks to God, drink some water, hydrate, right? Hit some push-ups, get the blood flowing, read, read and write my affirmations, read a Bible verse, and really just get locked in on the day is really, in my opinion, like how I should go about it. The next goal system that I want to go over is my content creation. So for sure, I've definitely been slacking within that. And yeah, I need to do better. Honestly, I really need to do better. The whole reason, I want to make content is because not only does it help me further become the person that I know I need to become, but if I can help others in the process, then that's really what I want to do. Because I understand when I was first starting out on my trading journey, there were people that put me on essentially, and they helped a brother out, and I just want to return the favor. So if I can do that, then I'd be fulfilled, honestly. So in terms of creating content, I need to set block times, 30-minute intervals more or less, in terms of creating reels or just short form content in general, as well as long form content. So making sure I post daily, at least to start, short form, and then long form, 1 to 2 long form videos a week will do the job until we up those goals. But essentially, also utilizing the weekend to film and edit, just content in general, and just implementing it into my overall lifestyle, I would say. So being able to post consistently every day and just making sure that I really build what I know I can build. And then in terms of trading, so the systems in terms of elevating my trading, I would say, using after market, after the market close, review the session, what went wrong, what went bad, what could I have done better, how did my strategy do. So just understanding in terms of quote unquote, backtesting everything that went on in the day and how I can better prepare myself in the future, as well as preparing for the upcoming day. Definitely could not be trading if I am not prepared. I mean, that is just half-ass effort, and I could no longer be doing that. I've done that in the past, and it has not served me well. So I need to make sure I treat my trading as a business, because that's the only way that it will ultimately prosper. So, with reviewing and preparing for each session, definitely just got to make sure I wake up prior to market open, ideally an hour or 90 minutes, more or less. I mean, that's all I need to set my intention for the day, go over what the pre-market, analysis, pre-market game plan for the day, how I'm going to go about the day, right? And just making sure that, I am prepared, because I cannot expect to succeed if I am not prepared. So there's a quote that's along the lines of, if you fail to prepare, then you prepare to fail. And that is 100% facts, and that's how I felt in the past in terms of how I went about things. But I know I need to change. So that is why I'm here currently, in order to solidify what needs to be done, and just focusing daily on in terms of the systems of, the gym, my mindset and my routine, creating content and my trading. That is like the four main pillars that I'm focusing on currently. And I understand that as long as I stick to the plan, then sooner rather than later, 30 to 90 days, I can be in a way better position than I currently am, and I'll be able to prosper in what I set to intend, so which is these goals. And I already have the systems in place to be able to go about my day and ultimately conquer it the way that I know it needs to be done. So yes, that is all. That is the conclusion of Mike Momentum becoming the man, the trader that I know I've always meant to become. And I have stepping stones in place to bridge the gap between where I am currently and where I know I am headed.
Wait till I get my money right.